Always stay humble, but be honest. Always stay humble, but be honest. My build is beautiful. Every single block meticulously crafted and placed, curated perfectly for our vision. The hours spent grinding, placing this thing piece by piece of the puzzle. Oh my god, the puzzle. It's almost complete. Welcome back, lads, laddies, and lovers, to the Minecraft Guide. More specifically, the Storage Building Saga. Oh, in between episodes, I've been busy. I can't help myself. When I build a cool build, I just want to keep working on it even after the camera stopped rolling and everything like that. So this time, that's exactly what I did. In between episodes, I started everything off with a tiny bit of tree farming. Then I realized, hey, wait, I want every corner of this build to look good, even the basement. So I had to set to it. Down below, I dumped water after water, punched a bunch of grass, dug a little bit of dirt, and ended up with a product that looks something like this. Not that it's too crucial right now, but it's almost like, you know, in your house when you have a messy drawer and you know there's a mess in there, and even though the door is closed, it's bothering you. Yeah, you know, it was kind of like that, but for the storage building. I went ahead and leveled it all out, smoothed it out, just spaced the lighting out in the process perfectly, so this way, if we ever want to come back in and add a basement to the storage building, maybe automatic storage or something, we're basically ready to go. After that, I got back to it, staying focused on what I actually wanted to do. I farmed a bunch of trees, then started dropping a bunch of planks, and then, it was painful. This build is big. It's like 27 blocks long, 23 blocks wide. That's a lot of oak planks, okay? And even more so for a lad like me, humble diamond armor, best enchantments in the game. It doesn't have oak wood. Nope, so that took a long time. And that's where I realized I'm gonna need a lot of wood. And so today, in the next chapter of the storage building saga, it's wood, then a little bit more wood. In today's episode, we're gonna talk about what I see as the most overlooked method of wood farming in the entire game, and even better, it's easy too. Along the way, to spice it up, I'll sprinkle in some other wood farming tips for you. Sit back, relax, tap like, and enjoy. I'm a clown, how could I forget? Over here on the grand window side of the storage building, I also added this little balcony thing. That's a topic we talked all about in the first storage building saga episode, but in order to make it nice and easy, I wanted this big open door balcony thing. For now, what I could do is climb the rocks, parkour over, and then walk right into the building if I had a floor here. Yeah, by the way, this whole floor, that's all temporary. We're gonna change that later. So you came here for wood farming. Wood farming. Of course, in certain situations, like maybe when you specifically need oak wood, there's only one type of tree to farm. But maybe in a situation where you just want to have a million types of chests, well, there are 3 beautiful beauties to farm. If the specific type of plank doesn't matter to you, you just need a lot of wood really quickly, then you've got 3 kings, 3 different options. We're talking spruce wood, we're talking jungle, or maybe even dark oak wood too. I wanted to kick off today's big wood farming extravaganza, the Woody Adventure, with this little tip right here, because not only have we talked about it before, but oh my god, it's a life changer. The giant spruce trees, Camelotl right here, is dear friend. Anybody would admit that these giant spruce trees are by far the easiest tree to farm when it comes to getting a lot of planks, a lot of wood really quickly. You know how it's done. You walk over to it, you do the classic spiral method, it's beautiful. However, the ground, maybe not so much. It looks a little bit smelly, even one could say. Podzol. It's been a long time since the devs added that whole cool podzol growing mechanic from these giant spruce trees into the game. In the days before that I can remember, it was hard to get podzol. You wanted to get this stuff, you gotta go over to one of those beautiful giant biomes and silk touch it up yourself. But no, alas, not anymore. When large-scale wood farming, you might find yourself in the situation of growing a lot of giant spruce trees to get so many planks more than ever before. However, you don't want podzol all over the floor. Well, this build tip, it's for you. To make it all technical, imagine a radius of 6. To make it line up perfectly, imagine that radius of 6 kicking off from the southeastern sapling of your 4 giant spruce saplings. There is a radius of 6 that exists, centered on the southeasternmost sapling when growing a giant spruce tree. That radius of 6 is how far podzol can spread. That means if you can isolate your little tree growing farm more than 6 blocks away from any other dirt blocks or grass blocks, well, you're not going to have any problem with podzol at all. Long story short, what I'm saying is maybe something like water could do, or maybe just build a platform up into the air a couple blocks or out into the air a couple blocks. And for the most part, your podzol, It shouldn't have to, like, ruin everything. You could also place it flat on the ground and isolate it with blocks that can't turn to podzol, like let's say maybe stone. I could put my center right here, then as long as I'm more than 6 blocks away, podzol is never going to spread. Dark oak trees, oh, they're so easy to farm. As long as you have 4 saplings, there's nothing more to it. All you need to do is blaze it out and let them grow. The beautiful thing about dark oak trees is they're not really that tall either, so you don't really usually need to spiral into the tree, at least not very much. The combination of no need for spiraling or scaffolding with no podzol growth at all makes the dark oak wood my clear winner when it comes to large-scale wood farming. Sure, it'll take a little bit more time, but whatever, we're relaxed. We take our time anyway, so it's all good and cool. As long as you're not in too much of a rush, dark oak is great for farming. My dear friend the Alain, if I had a jungle sapling or jungle logs, I would give you jungle sapling, and I would give you the other one, wherever you went off to, I don't know. I would give you the jungle log. Even without any kind of fancy note block setup or nothing, the Alain could potentially be very useful to you when harvesting any type of tree, big or small. You give the Alain maybe your desired pickup, say it could be leaves if you're harvesting shears, maybe it's like a log, maybe it's the sapling, and let the Alain do its thing. For me, probably the biggest clutch would be the sapling one, because I tend to chop these trees down and then move on to something else, like go back to talking and recording, go back to like walking around and looking at my build, I don't know. While I'm doing all of that, I lose track of the whole 5-minute timer, and then boom, I come back and I've lost all of my saplings. If you have an Alain lingering around in an area, or even a couple, you're never gonna have to worry about it. So moving on from the giants to a little bit of the smaller ones, say maybe oak wood. If you need a lot of oak wood, like specifically you want that oak tone on your wall, on the floor or whatever, I like to do a little thing that I call sapling cramming. Whenever I'm trying to farm up a lot of oak wood, you've definitely seen me do it in the background of other episodes, but whenever I'm trying to get a lot of oak wood, because of how oak trees grow and can grow, you can basically just cram these saplings all right into each other and then let them grow. In fact, I actually think I left a giant oak crammed sapling monster over here from like, I think it must have been when I was working on one of these buildings, maybe the villager one. I crammed a bunch like right up next to each other, and I had this giant mess. I swear I'll clean that mess up one day, all right? Yeah, listen, Frodor loves it. It makes him feel at home, okay? So, yeah. The only downside of oak sapling cramming is maybe you're gonna get a little bit less saplings back out of the thing, but at least for me in my worlds, having oak saplings or running out of them is never really much of a problem. Also, because these saplings are crammed, if you walk away from the leaves and then come back, and another tree grew, your other leaves are gonna be frozen in time. They're not gonna decay, so hopefully you won't lose very many saplings like this. The ceilings, oh, they're beautiful. You could build them out of wood, or you could build them out of any other block and put them above your tree farm to limit how tall your trees are growing. Probably because I'm an empath or something, one of the most annoying things about farming oak trees is when I'm farming them and then I get one of these giant, beautiful babies right there, and then I can't cut it down. How could you, like, take the life out of something that is so beautiful, right? Like, you can't remove it. And also, they're really annoying to cut down too, with the random branches and everything. So, in order to get around that one, if we just limit how tall the trees can grow by, say, like, maybe giving them up to 10 blocks or so, then the oak trees will never grow giant, big, messy bushes. This ceiling, terrible example. Make it lower if you're trying to limit your tree growth, but you get the vibe. You get the vision, right? You're chill like that. Now, how it goes for the other types of trees, like let's say birch. Maybe I'm trying to farm the birch logs, but I need to get the saplings. I do the classic 3 sapling spread method. Place the sapling, go 3 blocks, place another sapling, go 3 blocks, place another sapling. With spacing like that, it's guaranteed that the leaves from your trees shouldn't overlap too much, and it's almost guaranteed you'll get more saplings than you went into the deal with, or at least enough to replant. Now, in honor of our dear legend, our friend Bonzo, whose job today is to guard the church, it's time we get a little bit more serious here. This operation, the giant map. So currently, we reside right here. If I go this way, yeah, I think it's that way. Oh gosh, it's been a while since I've explored. If I go that way, I think I'm out to a giant ocean. I don't remember. Gosh, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's definitely that way. Alright, sweet dear Bonzo, I'm going on an adventure. Your job, very important, is to guard the work site. Don't let anyone in there. There's so many violations. It's so dangerous. Somebody walks in, breaks their ankle. It will be terrible. Bonzo, stand guard. Really strong right here. For I'll be back in a little bit. It's time for the greatest method of the day. Now for this method, aside from getting yourself a good axe, the #1 supply you need your hands on for it is a sweet deer shulker box. A shulker box, not something we talked about in the series, but I'm sure you heard about it. It's an inventory expander. Let's say I've done some logging, in fact so much logging that my inventory is logged all the way up. Well, that's where our friend shulker box comes in. We can take this little handy box and fill even more wood inside of it. It's almost, keyword almost, not worth it to go large-scale logging without one of these things, or maybe even more. So a little bit of a behind-the-scenes look. Our current project, obviously, it's the storage building. It's long overdue, and I've been really needing to do it for a long time. But actually, behind the scenes, I was almost going to do something different with this string of episodes. I'm itching to go to the end, baby. I want to do a little bit of exploring, a little bit of end city raiding, a little bit of purple farming. You know the deal. Oh, whoops, that's my bad. That's my bad entirely. I'm dearly and sincerely sorry about that. Leave me alone. Okay, bro, I get it. You're Enderman, very angry. I don't know why you struggled. Why did that make it? Why was it so difficult? Leave me alone. No. Scammer, disgusting, vile scum of the earth. You almost caused me the greatest embarrassment of all time. And even worse, I don't want all these blocks you made me pick up. I don't want them. Leave them here. I farm wood, not these. You know, it's kind of funny, ever since getting those clean water boots, I don't feel the need to actually even have a boat or nothing like it. Like, I just got the good boots. But with that being said, I do think a boat is like the slightest hair of a hair faster. Maybe I should just make a boat. It might get me there a little bit faster. Maybe. Ooh, or I could run on the land, at least just a little bit, and fill this map in a little bit more. Oh, I like that. Whoa, over here, it is like Ravine City or something. I swear, I just crossed one over there, and now we got this, like, grand one. My mind has been corrupted from the horror mods I've been playing on stream and making videos on, though, because I look at that thing, and I'm like, I'm terrified, way more scared than any grown man should really admit to being. I love it. I love the horror mods so much, but they've rotted my brain, corrupted it, and I'm cooked. But hey, did somebody say live stream? Because, I've been live streaming, and oh my god, it's so fun. It's a party. Right now in life, this is like my single obsession, my like most favorite thing. No joke, at the beginning of the week, when I start like planning what I'm gonna do at the end of the week stream on Friday, I like get so excited. I come up with idea, left, right, center. I've got so many cool ones planned. To backtrack a little bit though, in case you didn't know, I've been live streaming, except this time it's not over on the purple website, it's on this one right here. I think if you have channel notifications on or set to all, then you'll get notified when I go live, but I will always tweet it out too. Usually, so far, I've been streaming at like 10 a.m., 11 a.m. Eastern time on Fridays. Maybe one day with the dream of doing it even more. So far, we've done just a bunch of random things. I've checked out some cool mods on stream, did some like live playthroughs, first reactions, and even did a little bit of like dungeons and taverns exploration. I think that's a mod. Maybe it's a data pack. I don't know. That stream was really fun, jumping into survival, exploring this jungle temple and all these traps and everything like that. And I got starstruck by not only the creator of that mod, but the legend, the dog man himself. I could not believe it. I got a couple plans with the stream. Some of them top secret, some of them I can talk about it right now. Like, for example, hopefully one day get to do more of them. Like, a couple a week or something like that. Also, I would love to maybe one day do something in the guide world on stream. I think that would be really cool. I could almost see us making like a separate zone or something where we like go to for streams and streams only. We build it up and do all of that stuff live, and then like maybe one day I introduce it in an episode somehow or something like that. With the live streams, I'm taking requests. If there's a mod, if there's something that you want to see me try and do, a challenge, whatever, drop it down in the comments of this video. Or even better, after this episode, you can slide over to the live tab and drop it in the comments of any of the stream VODs. I'm way more likely to probably see it there. Or, of course, last but not least, in chat when I'm live. I said it before, and that's kind of like why I do the comment of the day in this series, but one of my favorite parts of doing YouTube is getting to read the comments and like talking with you guys live in the chat. Like, oh, it's just on a different plane of existence. It's so amazing. So I hope and maybe one day you'll ever stop by and hang out with me, and if you can't, the VODs are always there. Anyways, let's get back to our confused sailor. Yo, righty then, I'm confused. Color me exactly the exact specific color of whatever confused is, because this makes no sense. I'm exploring right now, on the Great Vast, the Big Blue, and I'm seeing that. I definitely recognize it. Familiar shipwrecks. Ooh, I should talk about those soon, and even more jungle. I definitely remember all of this, but I remember nothing. What? So these biomes, though they may technically be beautiful for large-scale wood farming, especially that bamboo, don't sleep on it. There's a lot right there ready to harvest quickly. Even though they might be beautiful for wood farming, they're not exactly what I was looking for. I swore I found the dark oak forest biome somewhere along the shore, the coast of the ocean inside of this world. Maybe it was backtracked, but I didn't see anything on this map. I am so genuinely confused right now. Anyways, like a true professional that never forgets anything, it was all a setup for an elaborate joke. Yeah, we'll go with that. Anyways, Birchwood, I'm angry about it. Tree Chopples, 3, 2, 1, let's do this. So, new plan. My confused self has decided to start wandering back across the land. Maybe, fill in the map a little bit, take our time. While I was exploring, in that time-lapsey bit, I swore that I saw maybe a hint of a red mushroom in the background, high up off in the land. Trying to think about the dark oak forest that I found inside of this world, I'm so confused. I swore it was right along the ocean. That's where we got our first sapling, no? Anyways, I feel like it was somewhere, maybe over that. Oh, yes, I see it. It's definitely over that way. You see, for this farming method right now, there are 2, maybe 3 biomes that I'm looking for right now. Either one of the 2 old growth giant spruce biomes, very, very beautiful, really cool, but don't think I've seen any inside of this world. Or option number 2, the dark forest biome. Before we get to that, though, one final detour of the map. It's driving me crazy. It's going to drive me crazy. I need to finish filling this little corner in. Yes, the dark forest biome. We've done it. We've finally found it. And look at this thing. This is so big. Definitely never seen this one before. I wonder if maybe, fingers crossed, we can find beautiful mansion here too. It would be so close to home. Look at the hills over there. It's so nice. But speaking of the hills, for this farming method, I highly recommend finding a tree biome that is maybe a little bit more flat, like not on the side of a mountain. Having a biome that maybe looks something like this, a little bit more average and old school, is going to make this process a whole lot easier. Once you found this biome, find your axe, and my friend, I started chopping. So look, maybe it's just me and how I think about a Minecraft world. Beautiful landscape, preserve it, don't just destroy it all for no reason. Maybe it's that whole thing. It's like a psychological thing, I forget the name of it, but where it's the obvious answer, you kind of doubt it, or you don't think about it at all, because it's well, that's too simple. That's too obvious. Who would do that? This or that, whatever it is here, it doesn't matter. Because if you're looking for the easiest way to farm wood in all of Minecraft, either version of the game, it's going to be the easiest answer. And it always was the easiest answer all along. Out there are designs and designs of different types of tree farms you could build right over back in Home Sweet Home, and there's no hate or shade to any of those designs. They're great. In fact, we'll probably end up at some point building at least one of those designs inside of our world, and maybe even a couple different types of it. However, the obvious answer, the answer that was in front of my face in a sense the entire time, but the answer I never considered up until literally a day ago before making this episode. Go out into the world, find a forest full of the trees that you like to chop down because, they're not too tall, it's really quick and easy, and just get to chopping. Even better, obviously, this could be done at any point inside of your world, any location. Maybe you're in a warmer climate, well then instead of looking for a dark oak forest biome, maybe look for a mangrove swamp biome. Mangrove swamp biome, mangrove trees, they're so annoying to farm because of their crazy chaotic shape. If you could just go to the forest, maybe climb up one of the trees and chop the trees down from the top down to the bottom, that's gonna be way more efficient than farming tree after tree after tree over at your base. Warm climate's another great location for wood farming is of course going to be the classic jungle biome, or maybe more modern, the bamboo jungle biome for bamboo wood. If you're looking for more of a specific wood type, maybe say oak wood, then find the forest biome. And speaking of the forest biome, dark oak forest, it seems to generate in a more neutral spot inside of your world. Moving towards the colder end of the spectrum, the taiga, more specifically again, those old growth biomes, those ones are some of the best. In fact, maybe they're actually the ultimate tree farming biome of all time. Those giant forests are so good. Like, they're literally for logging. So my goal here, now that we've located this biome, is to harvest a ton of dark oak wood, which is exactly what I've done. And then actually, somehow, I'm gonna need to save a little bit of space for trusty oak wood as well. When I stopped a little bit earlier on, I chopped down a ton of birch trees, getting myself a ton of birch wood, hopefully all of it that I'll need for the rest of this project. The dark oak wood, that's gonna come in handy for building chests. For the storage building, I'm gonna need to build a chest on chest on chest on chest, and even worse, one log condenses into half of a chest. That means I need like sacks and sacks of wood. I figured dark oak would be the easiest to get. A great strategy for the dark oak forest biome if you're harvesting wood here is what I like to call the top-down method. I kind of mentioned it when we were talking about the mangrove, but it applies here as well. The trees, if you're like annoyed with having to jump at all, get up to the top of the trees and chop them from the top down. Maybe use a little bit of scaffolding, shouldn't be too hard, and oh my god, it's beautiful. The lights, they shine and glow across the landscape. The space is so beautiful, but I don't see a mansion. Moral of the story here today is, look, if you're like me, just don't forget about it, keep it in mind. The natural biomes inside of Minecraft, there's a biome for every tree type. If you need a lot of that wood, find that biome and take that biome on. Oh, no flipping way. The first peony in the entire world. Oh, well that's adorable, don't mind if you do. Oh, no way. I'm looking at the map, kind of noticing like where we are, and this mountain right there, I think that's the back of our mountain, like the side that we never have ever seen before. Wow, it looks so like expansive in here, and look at that. This is so close to home. I went all the way out to the ocean for what? It's so close. Wow. Look at the mountain though, with like the cherry, it stretches forever. Yeah, I think that's the back of our mountain. Oh, that's beautiful. I love it. Oh, no way! And a ruined portal too. Oh, you know what? This reminds me of the back of the survival world, the mountain. Oh, this is so cool. Ruined portal, ruined portal. What do you have for me today? Golden apple, golden apple. Oh, beautiful. I'm a little full right now, so I'll have to come back later, but oh, beautiful. Ah, the base. Look at how cool the base looks from over here. I'm sorry. I keep cutting in with like random like views, but like, wow, the base and oh, the cathedral. Look at how big it looks from over here too. Wow. Oh, that is so cool looking. No, did I just call that the cathedral? Whoops. Bright and early the next morning, back over at Home Sweet Home with an inventory full of logs. This is exactly why you would want to bring shulker boxes with you on your tree farming operation. For today's project, we're almost done, but not quite. You see, right now, we're looking good. When it comes to wood, we've got tons and tons and tons of it. But I could have a little bit more, couldn't I? So, at this point, what I think I'm gonna do is drop off all of my other random things that are kind of clogging up my inventory, including this boat. I don't think I really need that, right? I drop off just about everything in the inventory, and then I'm gonna head back over one more time. Now that I know it's so close, I can just fill in the map a little bit more, walk right over there, get more snow, and then come back. Oh, I need my bed. Oh, that could have been bad. One more filled up inventory, a piece of cake. Let's do this. Hey, and while we take on our final tree chopping mission of the day, the perfect moment for today's real quick, super quick comment of the day. Alleys in a clear globe that had the look of fireflies in a jar. In your world, it's like the wild update. Got fireflies after all. Oh my god. You are so valid. Wow. I'm not gonna recover from that. A whole lot more tree chopping later, and here we are, back over a Home Sweet Home. Look at it. So many logs, more logs than I could have ever dreamed of having at the beginning of the episode. I'm stacked up when it comes to wood for like, hopefully a long time. That was kind of the goal with this big project today, is get more wood than I could need for like projects and episodes and episodes. Expanding our wood chest into a double chest. Oh, it's so much dark oak wood. I'm gonna be honest, guys, and say I don't know if I've ever had more wood than I have right now in any world. Guide 3, survival, this world, any world. Oh, and the one final bonus wood getting tip for the day, build the bamboo farm that I told you to build a long time ago. Look at this thing, it's just running. I'm getting stacks and stacks of this stuff. It's wonderful. Now I figure there's only one way we could close up today's adventure, and that's with a little bit of map looking. Today, we explored on this map so much. I closed that hole up quite a bit, and you can see over there where it's thinning, that whole section in there is where I was chopping trees down. Brand new map. It's gonna look terrible right here, but for now we'll do it. We kind of explored out into the ocean. Technically, I think we've seen all of this stuff before, but where in the world did that dark oak forest biome that I'm dreaming of go to? I'm going insane. Anyways, guide episode number 66. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Next time you're looking to get a lot of wood really quickly with no pain at all, head over to your nearest local forest biome. Don't sleep on it. Like I sleep on it all the time. Patron gang, big thank you to the Awkward Burb, Ground Crazy May, Medical Boomstick, Swoopy Louvers, Noodle Pork, Bill W, Tanner B, Austin V, Andrew H, and Gabriel Y. You're the best. Honey and Card is a serious playlist. Go back and catch up if you want on the whole storage saga, or maybe that beautiful bamboo farm you never built. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.